जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे। भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय।
आज़ादी की कीमत। आज़ादी के दर्शन पाने को कितनों ने खून बहाया है, और खून की अपनी लाली से भारत माँ का सिंदूर सजाया है। भारत माँ को तो कष्ट भयंकर था, गुलामी की अजब कहानी थी। मानवता का जो पतन हुआ, अंग्रेज़ों की छाई मनमानी थी। अंगारों में हम चलते थे और वे चलते थे घोड़ों से। हमको वे पशु समझते थे, बातें करते थे कोड़ों से। भारत माँ की यह व्यथित वेदना बेटों को रास न आई थी। मुक्त राष्ट्र को करवाने की कसम सभी ने खाई थी। जागा जज्बा जब सीने में, आँखों से रोष टपकता था। बस चिंता थी भारत माँ की, बाहों से जोश झलकता था। बस याद रहा कर्तव्य मात्र, घर बार को भी वे भूल गए। आगे आगे आए लड़ने और चूम के फांसी झूल गए। कुर्बान हुए देश के खातिर, ना फंसे लाभ और घाटे में। फांसी को मां मान लिया, खो गए वे चिरसन्नाटे में। खून के आंसू पीकर ही आज़ादी हमने पाई है। कुछ लोगों को अब भूल रहा, कितनों ने गोली खाई है। वे देवपुत्र सब मानव थे, और खोट कहाँ उनके दिल था। जो स्वार्थ भाव में पड़ जाते, तो आज़ादी पाना मुश्किल था। उनके सपनों को आज हमें सच करके दिखलाना है। उन उत्तम पावन संतों की छवि को दिल में भर लाना है। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
देश के 74वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में आयोजित इस कार्यक्रम में परमादरणीय निदेशक महोदय, उप निदेशक महोदय, संकायाध्यक्षगण व सभी व्यक्तियों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूँ। इस कार्यक्रम में सजीव प्रसारण के माध्यम से जुड़े हुए आप सभी महानुभावों एवं स्नेही दर्शकों का भी हम हार्दिक अभिनंदन करते हैं। मैं हूँ प्रवीण कुमार त्रिपाठी। अब मैं हमारे संस्थान के निदेशक प्रोफेसर वी राम गोपाल राव जी से उनके अभिभाषण हेतु सादर आमंत्रित करता हूँ।
So, good morning. My hearty congratulations and best wishes on the 74th Independence Day. In fact, we are also celebrating, as you all know, from tomorrow, the 60 years of IIT Delhi. 60 years of IIT Delhi is what is the Diamond Jubilee celebrations that are starting from tomorrow, and they will run on for the entire year. So we will have them till the next August. And as you also know, I think even looking at the scale of this event, this event used to be so colorful and something I was always looking forward to. But as you can see, it's so damp now in all respects. And I think that we are going through very difficult times in terms of the COVID. I think Institute has, been taking it head on. I think through resilience, grit and determination, I think we are able to do pretty well in these times. And I think we are still trying our best. I think for any academic institution, if students are not there, there is nothing happening. I think we can claim there is so much happening and all of that, even despite the COVID, but until students are back on the campus safely and securely, I don't think the institution will be back to its whatever you call it, the normal kind of a situation. And also, I must tell you, there are no perfect solutions to any problem that we are facing during the COVID. Whenever a decision is taken, these days, there is a tendency to, gang up and send some 100 emails saying, this is not suiting me, that is not suiting me. I must tell you, there are no perfect solutions. Any decision you take, one section of students or faculty or staff, one section of them are going to be affected. And unfortunately, this is a reality. So we also should not be looking for all perfect solutions, in these times, or perfect decisions in these times. And there is a kind of an optimum we are trying to arrive at in whatever we do during this time. And we all need to appreciate the limitations the institute has, the diversity among its ranks. So therefore, I think we all need to deal with some imperfections here and there and still do our best. I think that has to be at least our way to address the COVID problem. Self-discipline is the key. I think during these times, when you get up in the morning, there is nobody telling you what to do next. So therefore, unless we become self-disciplined, I can tell you, times can be very difficult, and all kinds of problems will arise when we lose that self-discipline during this time. And I think, IIT Delhi also, there are many COVID warriors who have emerged out of this crisis at IIT Delhi. So many people in the hostels, in the Dean Student Affairs wing, among the faculty, among the administration, so many people have contributed immensely to the COVID thing, but also our faculty, for example, in the research labs, the research students who are working day and night in the laboratories. I think IIT Delhi should be proud of itself, 40 years from now or 50 years from now, or when we celebrate our 100th anniversary. I think, when we look back, how IIT Delhi, contributed to fighting the COVID thing during these times, I think, must be coming up for a discussion. Simply because, we have been able to address COVID through research in multiple ways. One is the prevention part of it. For prevention, I should tell you, almost like 40 lakh PPEs have come out of the technology developed at IIT Delhi through the startups now. In fact, there are many faculty members even in this room who have contributed directly to developing PPEs, not just the masks, but also the complete coveralls, and at the lowest cost in the country with the maximum certification. In fact, anything that goes out of the campus as a press release, it goes through a lot of checks and balances, because we don't want to put out anything from the institute side without first verifying the fact. So we have put in place a process so that anybody says, I have developed something, it goes through a process, and then we give a press release. And now we have been able to supply 4 million kind of kits in the last 3 months alone to fighting the COVID. And many of these PPEs now are getting exported. Because, there are also many spurious kind of PPEs in the country, because there are no proper certification processes. But when IIT Delhi puts its stamp on something, I think we want to be sure, and because they are meeting all the international standards and WHO standards, many of the PPEs developed at IIT Delhi are also getting exported now, in addition to meeting the needs of the people. I think that is one thing on the prevention side, and also from the civil department and a few other departments have come together. If you go to IIT Delhi website, there is the site Prakriti. The Prakriti website is monitoring the COVID situation in the country district-wise using very advanced algorithms. And a bunch of faculty and students are spending day and night in collecting the data, in providing correct information to the public and to Government of India in dealing with this crisis. You can actually see the kind of things they have done on the Prakriti's website, and I have received some very good reviews out of what they have done. The second part is the detection of the COVID. Again, there IIT Delhi has done very well, and the world's cheapest COVID test kit, the RT-PCR test kit, has come out of IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi is the only institution in the country which has got the ICMR approval for the COVID detection kit, and it was launched by Honorable HRD Minister and Minister of State a month ago, and now that is reaching all over the country, and they are also looking at exporting that, because Government of India now has allowed that. And also 2 million tests per month is what we have been able to add to the national kitty, when it comes to COVID testing. And so that is again the cheapest test, scalable, and scaled to something like 2 million or more per month. And there are 10 licensees now for the IIT Delhi COVID detection kit. 2 of them are startups which have already launched the product in the market. 8 of them are established companies which have taken it. So I think, a lot of things have happened around the COVID detection part. So the third thing around for the COVID we have also done is the treatment part. On the treatment part, again, there is a lot of research happening in our bio schools, the 3 bio entities, CBME, Kusuma School of Biosciences, and DBEB. In all of these schools, for example, there are people working on the traditional Indian medicines and their effectiveness in arresting the COVID virus spread. For example, ashwagandha has been shown to be very effective through scientific research out of IIT Delhi, which has been covered very widely in the press. And there are also other tea extracts and other things. Scientifically they have proven how some of these traditional Indian methods and herbs and other medicines are effective in fighting the COVID. That is again where IIT Delhi has done very well. And overall in the country, out of IITs, there are over 650 projects now undertaken for COVID. Just for COVID, 650 projects across all 23 IITs now. So IITs have stood up to this challenge and supplied technologically solutions to fight the COVID in the country. I think we all should be proud of being the IIT fraternity for that, and IIT Delhi has been leading from the front in all of this. And in fact, even if you look at the national level, there are many things which are making news now. 2 things which have a direct impact on what we do, for example, are the new education policy. I think that will have a very direct bearing in the next 1 year on the IIT Delhi functioning, and the Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think the self-reliant India. So these 2 initiatives, as an academic institution, we have a lot to look forward to, for the next 1 year. And the COVID will go away. I think COVID another 3 months or 6 months, life should come back to normal kind of a state. But I think NEP, the new education policy, and Atmanirbhar Bharat, I am hoping will make a huge impact on the way IITs are functioning. For example, what NEP has said is what IIT Delhi has already been doing. What does NEP say? NEP says that your research needs to become more relevant to the society. You need to impact the people in a direct way by becoming more comprehensive as an academic institute. All the initiatives that IIT Delhi has taken in the last 5 years, for example, you will see all of them are to make the institute a little bit broader in its scope. We have formed School of Public Policy from IIT Delhi because we realize that technologies are not the only way you can impact society. You can also, the policy needs to go hand in hand. The School of Public Policy is now functioning very well, and we started a school for interdisciplinary research, which is again another thing NEP says, emphasizes on the interdisciplinary research. IIT Delhi has formed a new school for interdisciplinary research. Now there are over 50 students, I am told, who are now working in the school with faculty coming from multiple departments and centers. Again, that has given a major fillip to the interdisciplinary research on the campus. Just in the last board meeting, we approved a new school for AI, the School for Artificial Intelligence, and there we are seeking now funding from alumni. It's going to be a $30 million school of AI, Sky as we call it, which is going to be set up at IIT Delhi. Many alumni are coming forward to support that school, and we are also now that we have the endowment fund launched from IIT Delhi, which is again the first of its kind in the country, with 265 crore commitment on the day when it was launched in the Rashtrapati Bhavan by the hands of Honorable Rashtrapati ji. So I think with alumni coming and participating very closely in these initiatives, now with the School of AI coming up, I think again there will be a lot of multidisciplinary activity that becomes possible. Even on the impact side in terms of centers, we realize that India is going to require major electric vehicle push in the next few years. Now there is a new Center for Automotive Research and Tribology, CART as we call it, and CART is now aggressively recruiting faculty. They are looking at building a team of 15 to 20 faculty, over 150 PhD students who will work on electric vehicles to deal with the smart mobility in the country from all respects. I think that is again where CART is formed now. CART is working on that. We have also formed a center for the sensors, the cyber physical systems by the acronym SENSE at IIT Delhi. SENSE again is looking for faculty now, and that will be one center which will give a push to all the IoT activities in the country and all of that. So these are all we are doing because, as NEP says, the research needs to be multidisciplinary. Our institutions need to become a little bit comprehensive in nature. The departments that we have started, for example, Department of Design is again, a very different way of doing engineering in the institute. Now for the first time, in fact, if the Senate approves that, we will have undergraduate students entering IIT not through the JEE anymore. I think we will have these students entering the campus from other examinations if the Senate approves that. So again, that's a paradigm change in the way we have been admitting students, and which will have huge impact on the way we do things. And similarly, the Department of Material Science and Engineering, which we formed, is again becoming very highly multidisciplinary. They are recruiting faculty from chemistry to physics to material science. I think that is again what is needed to address the future material requirements in the country. So through all of that, whatever NEP actually talks about is what we have been demonstrating through action. And I think that with the kind of things that we have done, now we will become more impactful. Our technologies will become visible to the society, to the public, and I think that is how we will become the world known and all of that. So I think even if you look at I think when you look at an academic institution, there are three things you are talking of. One is the education part, and there are so many new programs being launched. The second part is the research, where the knowledge generation. Again, there are a lot of things happening on the research side. In the last 5 years alone, we were recently looking at, IIT Delhi has published 10,000 papers. In the last 5 years, 10,000 high impact factor papers in the world's standard kind of journals. That is the kind of an output that has come out of IIT Delhi. We have filed in the last 5 years over 500 patents, just in the last 5 years. In the last 55 years, IIT Delhi had filed something like 450 kind of patents, and what IIT Delhi did in 55 years earlier is what we have done in the last 5 years alone. The 500 additional patents have come out of this campus from the students and faculty. That is innovation. So therefore, whether you look at the education side through all these new schools and centers becoming more comprehensive, or whether it is research where high impact factor journals and high quality research, and or the innovation which you can judge from the patents and the startups. For example, from IIT Delhi have come over 650 startups. And many of these startups have raised now something to the tune of close to $20 billion as venture capital funding, the VC funding. So that is how that is the kind of an impact IIT Delhi has made in all of these different things now. So I think we should be proudly celebrating our 60th year, the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. We have done everything that an institution is supposed to be doing, and I think the future also looks very bright. With all the things that are changing now, with the kind of exponential rise we are seeing in all our output, in all our activities, I have a feeling IIT Delhi will be regarded among the world's top 10 best institutions in a course of time. And so I think. What next? We have been doing very well. Now, what is that? It's no longer going to be more of the same. And you have written 10,000 papers. If you write 20,000 papers, will you be happy? You have filed 500 patents in the last 5 years. If you file 1,000 patents in the next 5 years, will you be happy? I think now we need to start measuring, our contribution to impact, not just in terms of numbers. And that impact now needs to be on a world scale. I think we need to be among the top 10. And we have the potential to do that. We are able to attract the brightest faculty. We are able to attract the brightest students and the brightest staff, for example. In fact, if you look at the staff recruitments we have made in the last 5 years, the IIT administrative service is like IAS. The competition is like the IAS is IIT administrative service. So I think we have been able to get some of the brightest staff, some of the very young people joining the administrative stream now. I think this should also change the way we have been doing administration in the institute, the support that we provide to faculty and students. I think many things will undergo a major change. So therefore, I think the future is all going to be about impact. And to cause impact, we need to focus on two things. One is the relevance of our research. Our research needs to be relevant to the society that we are in, so that we can address the problems of the people. And the delivery. I think when I call R&D, I call it relevance and delivery. The delivery, whatever, at least some part of what we do on the campus needs to go to the society, and people need to benefit out of that, at least some part of it. When I say relevance and delivery, technology, startups, and all of that, sometimes one mistakes all of that to say that we are not encouraging basic research, we are not encouraging fundamental research. As a researcher myself, there is no distinction I make between basic research and applied research. Research is research. Good research is good research. It doesn't come in any flavors of basic research and applied research. What is basic research? Even if you look at the quantum technologies, which we have been hearing for the past 30 years as basic technology, quantum technology is no longer basic. Now the entire world is going to look forward to quantum technologies to impact all sectors that you can ever think of, and whether it is security or whether it is the sensing, all of that are computation, all of that is going to be now impacted by the quantum technology. And people who worked in the quantum technologies thought they are all the basic researchers with nothing in sight kind of a thing. Or even the gravitational waves. Is gravitational waves a basic research? I don't think so. Now gravitational waves will become another tool for us to explore the space. Until now, the only way to explore the space was through telescopes and all of that. Now gravitational waves will become an additional tool for us to explore the space. So what is basic research? There is actually no basic research. All basic research of today will become technology tomorrow, and that will become innovation or products day after tomorrow. So therefore, research is research. Good research is all what we must be doing, and research that impacts people around us, I think is what we should be doing. And I think as long as we are doing good research, I think, institute will prosper, and patents will come out of it, publications will come out of it, and impact will come out of it. I think our focus needs to be doing excellent research, and that's what, institute is in a way putting all its efforts. We have spent over 300 crores in just building the central research facilities. Now there are close to 100 tools now in the central facilities, all operational through a very transparent kind of a process. And because when a new faculty member joins, how soon the faculty member will become productive is what we need to focus on. And for that now we have consciously been looking at how much time does it take for a new faculty member joining IIT Delhi to become productive. I think that is where we are putting all our efforts on. So by providing access to high-end facilities and whatever requirements the faculty member has, I think we hope to see the faculty member become productive within the first year of joining the institute, and then their output will go up with the kind of recruitments we are making, both in terms of quality and scale. I think if they become productive quick enough, I think we will have a huge boost to our research output, our innovation, and everything that we are doing on the campus. I think that is what we are primarily looking at. I think to me, inception to impactful technology. That is what I would call IIT. I think from new ideas, great ideas, to impactful technologies is what we must be looking at. So I think the future is going to be very interesting now. It's no longer going to be judged probably in terms of numbers. And I think to me, I would like to see IIT Delhi technology touching 1 billion lives. Whether it is within India or outside, doesn't matter. At least 1 billion people must be able to say that I have, this technology has come out of IIT Delhi and I have benefited from that in some way kind of a thing. And our science should be enriching the entire world. As one says, the science is global, but technology is local. I think our science must be enriching the knowledge space all over the world, and our education must produce the global leaders. I think that is how the future impact will be measured. I think we are on the right path. I am very confident that with the kind of output that is coming out of IIT Delhi, with the kind of great things that the institute has shown that what it is capable of, I think the future looks very bright for this for the institute. And starting from tomorrow, when Vice President of India and Minister for Education, both of them will be online to launch the IIT Delhi strategy. So we have actually put together a booklet with the help of McKinsey. McKinsey has done a huge survey among alumni, staff, students, and all of them, and put together a strategy plan for IIT Delhi based on the strengths. And the strategy talks about 2030 vision. And so by 2030, where do we want to see IIT Delhi to be? That is a booklet which Vice President of India, Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, will be launching tomorrow, and followed by the other kinds of things, a panel discussion tomorrow. We have called all the ex-directors, and then we also want to hear from them tomorrow, what did they do and what was their vision, how do they see IIT Delhi evolving, and that's also going to be a very interesting discussion tomorrow. I expect all of you to join for the session tomorrow and participate in these celebrations, because everybody has contributed to that. Institute wouldn't have been what it is without the contribution of its faculty, students, staff, and alumni. I think all of them have done their bit. That's why we are where we are, and I would like to congratulate all of you and my best wishes on the 74th Independence Day. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद महोदय आपके अभिभाषण के लिए। महोदय जी, जैसा आपने कहा कि परिस्थितियां भले ही विपरीत हो, पर हमारा हौसला बुलंद है और आपके मार्गदर्शन में हमारा संस्थान बहुत ही उत्तम कार्य कर रहा है एवं आगे भी अपने कार्यों से देश व समाज के कल्याण में कार्यरत रहेगा। जिस प्रकार की विषम परिस्थितियों में हमारे शोधार्थियों, छात्रों व अध्यापकों ने कार्य किया, वह हम सब के लिए प्रेरणा है। ये उनकी दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति को प्रदर्शित करता है एवं हम सब के लिए प्रेरणा है। जब टूटने लगे हौसला तो बस ये याद रखना, जब टूटने लगे हौसला तो बस ये याद रखना, बिना मेहनत के हासिल तख्तो ताज नहीं होते। ढूंढ लेते हैं अंधेरों में मंजिल अपनी, जुगनू कभी रोशनी के मोहताज नहीं होते। आगे बढ़ते हैं। जब देश पर कोरोना रूपी महामारी आई तो वर्दी का रंग सफ़ेद हो गया। हमारे संस्थान के अस्पताल के डॉक्टरों व स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों ने अतुलनीय सेवा भावना का परिचय देते हुए अग्रिम पंक्ति में खड़े रहे। हमारे संस्थान के सफाई कर्मियों के प्रयास व अथक परिश्रम को भी हम सब नमन करते हैं। आइए देखते हैं हमारे स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों व सफाई कर्मियों द्वारा किए गए कार्यों व उनके परिश्रम को।
Hello friends, this video is about our preparedness towards handling emergencies which may arise due to COVID-19 related issues.
When a student starts developing serious symptoms, he will inform the caretaker about his condition. After the preliminary video consultation, the doctor will ask the patient to visit the hospital for a detailed diagnosis. The doctor will then inform the warden and the ADHM that the patient is exhibiting COVID-like symptoms and recommends getting a test done. The doctor will recommend a 14-day institutional quarantine. The warden will inform Gulmohar staff to arrange a room for the student. Once the student arrives at Gulmohar, he will be provided all basic essentials along with pulse oximeter and temperature scanner. A team of health workers and doctor will be in regular touch with the student to monitor his or her health on an everyday basis.
IIT Hospital has been working throughout the lockdown with various needed changes to take care of the social distancing and other measures to prevent the spread of COVID. Reception has been shifted to a more spacious area in front of the hospital. Temperature scanner at entry and sanitizers have been placed at various areas in the hospital. There are markings in front of the reception, waiting area and pharmacy to take care of social distancing. Emergency is well equipped and a plastic screen has been put up to protect the emergency staff. Triage area has been set up near the hospital to separate and manage the fever cases. All healthcare workers, including the ambulance drivers, use their PPEs and have been working tirelessly through this time.
You must have seen all the stakeholders, including hostel authorities, security services, hospital services. They are all prepared very well. And you must have seen the logistics and coordination which we try to execute. However, your cooperation is equally important. You have to maintain all the suggestions, norms related to COVID, and stay safe. Happy onboarding. Thank you.
As you know that this video is about your safety and the safety of people around us. And in this difficult time, we need to care about ourselves as well as people around us. So be safe and stay safe.
Today I would like to share with you how our network team provided your internet connectivity during the COVID-19. So what I did is I placed 2 of my resources from outside the campus to within the campus. And they were basically, I would say, like frontline corona warriors. In fact, for any kind of physical thing which needed to be done to run our services, those 2 people were actually we were using. Beside these frontline corona warriors, I had also used my backend team, senior team, which used to give remote help to all users round the clock. They had also given a lot of support from houses, and because of that, the whole of the IIT community got uninterrupted services to conduct their duties successfully. Thank you.
Welcome to the ERP unit of the CSE. During this period, we have developed at least 5 to 6 various modules. For example, the Node.use system got developed within 10 to 15 days time frame, and then there was a general request system where the student doesn't have to go to any of the unit, he can make a request online. Those systems were also developed. So in all this manner, the plan was properly executed, and I'm really very proud to say that this unit has performed exceptionally well. I mean, you would have seen the new website got launched during this period, and we have developed a couple of more sites. So the website team led by Dr. Manish Agarwal, Kaushal Kishore, Arnab Nath and Prashant, they have been doing non-stop work actually, as far as the website and website support is concerned. So we took up as a challenge, and the entire team I'm really proud of. They delivered and they did a splendid job.
इस संस्थान को सुचारू रूप से चलायमान रखने के लिए यहाँ के कर्मठ कर्मचारियों का विशेष योगदान रहा है। आज की इन विषम परिस्थितियों में भी वे सब अपने दायित्वों का कुशलतापूर्वक निर्वहन कर रहे हैं। इस पावन अवसर पर हम अपनी कृतज्ञता अभिव्यक्त करते हुए उनके उत्कृष्ट कार्यों को सम्मानित कर रहे हैं। सर्वप्रथम संस्थान प्रोत्साहन पुरस्कार। इस पुरस्कार के तहत एक स्मृति चिन्ह, एक प्रशस्ति पत्र व 12,000 रुपये की नकद राशि प्रदान की जाती है। पुरस्कार प्राप्त करने वालों में सर्वप्रथम श्री सुनील कुमार, जो कनिष्ठ तकनीकी अधीक्षक हैं विद्युत इंजीनियरिंग विभाग में।
आज मुझे संस्थान द्वारा बेस्ट कर्मचारी अवार्ड प्रदान किया जा रहा है, जिसे प्राप्त करते हुए मुझे विशेष खुशी महसूस हो रही है। मेरी भी इच्छा थी, मेरा भी सपना था कि मुझे संस्थान द्वारा बेस्ट कर्मचारी अवार्ड के लिए चुना जाए। मैं स्पेशल थैंक्स देना चाहूँगा अपने सहकर्मचारियों को, अपने फैकल्टी मेंबर्स को, जिन्होंने मुझे अच्छा काम करने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया। धन्यवाद।
दूसरा, केंद्रीय कार्यशाला के वरिष्ठ मैकेनिक श्री होराम जी को
IIT की तरफ से जो मुझे ये अवार्ड मिला है, इस अवार्ड को लेकर मैं बहुत खुश हूँ और पूरी कमेटी को धन्यवाद करता हूँ इस बात का। और स्पेशल थैंक्स मेरे हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट प्रोफेसर डी रवि कुमार जी को।
अनुप्रयुक्त यांत्रिकी विभाग के कनिष्ठ तकनीकी अधीक्षक श्री ऋषि प्रकाश डागर।
मुझे यह संस्थान प्रोत्साहित अवार्ड मिलने पर बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी हो रही है। यह मेरा एक सपना था कि मुझे भी संस्थान अवार्ड मिले। आज मुझे यह मिला है। इसके लिए मैं अपने फैकल्टी, स्टाफ और स्टूडेंट्स और अपने डायरेक्टर साहब का बहुत आभारी हूँ। धन्यवाद।
रसायन विभाग में कनिष्ठ तकनीकी अधीक्षक श्री जगदीश प्रसाद। श्री जगदीश प्रसाद संस्थान को करीब 40 वर्षों से अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं।
मुझे IIT के इंसेंटिव अवार्ड से बहुत प्रसन्न हूँ, क्योंकि ये मुझे मिला और उसमें जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने देख के, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ब्लॉक ने देख के मुझे जो दिया है, उसके लिए मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है। धन्यवाद।
वस्त्र एवं रेशा इंजीनियरिंग विभाग के तकनीकी अधीक्षक श्री मंजीत सिंह।
मैं इसके लिए अपने HOD सर का, अपने लैब इंचार्ज का, अपनी फैकल्टी का, अपने स्टाफ का, अपने कलीग्स का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि ये अवार्ड मुझे मिल रहा है।
लेखा परीक्षा विभाग में कनिष्ठ लेखा अधिकारी श्री प्रवीण दशरथ पौनिकर ये अच्छे कर्मचारी के साथ साथ अच्छे खिलाड़ी भी हैं।
I am thankful to the committee members who has conferred this award to me, and also thankful to my office in charge Shri Gulati ji, who has recommended my name to this prestigious award. Thank you.
विंध्याचल छात्रावास में मैस प्रबंधक श्री सूरज सिंह जी।
नमस्कार साथियों, संस्थान प्रोत्साहन पुरस्कार अवार्ड मिलने पर मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। मैं आप सभी का बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। मैं आईटी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
सिविल इंजीनियरिंग में अधीक्षक के पद पर नियुक्त श्री जीत राम जी 33 सालों से संस्थान को अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान कर रहे हैं।
इसके लिए मैं आईटी अथॉरिटीज़ का धन्यवाद अदा करना चाहूँगा और मैं चाहूँगा कि ऐसे अवार्ड हर साल भावी जो हमारे कर्मचारी हैं उनको मिलता रहे, जिससे कि उनका प्रोत्साहन बढ़ता रहे और इसी तरह से काम चलता रहे।
इसके बाद भंडार एवं क्रय विभाग में वरिष्ठ सहायक श्री राजू जी, जो कि बहुमुखी प्रतिभा के धनी व्यक्ति हैं।
मैं संस्थान की सेवा करने के लिए मेरे को जो आज अवार्ड दिया जा रहा है, उसके लिए मैं सभी आईआईटी के प्रशासनिक अधिकारियों का सम्मान करना चाहूँगा, आभार प्रकट करना चाहूँगा। विशेषकर मेरे स्टोर परचेज सेक्शन के इंचार्ज मिस्टर एलन सनाटे, जिन्होंने मेरे को इस अवार्ड के लिए नॉमिनेट किया, और सिलेक्शन कमेटी जिन्होंने मेरे को इस लायक समझा कि मुझे ये अवार्ड प्रदान किया जाए। थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
अगला पुरस्कार श्री अमित कुमार, जो कि वरिष्ठ प्रयोगशाला सहायक हैं विद्युत इंजीनियरिंग विभाग में।
I am getting this award based on 2019 work. I am very happy to receive this award and it motivates me to work for Institute Electrical Engineering Department and to develop the laboratory. I am very thanking you to Institute to receive this award. Thank you.
लगभग 40 वर्षों से संस्थान को अपनी सेवाएं देने वाले श्री जय भगवान सिंह, जो कि कनिष्ठ प्रयोगशाला सहायक हैं केंद्रीय कार्यशाला में।
मैं आईआईटी को बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि जिससे कि हमारे को एक अवार्ड दिया है, ये बेस्ट वर्कर का, हमारे को बहुत अच्छा लगा है। थैंक यू।
अनुप्रयुक्त यांत्रिकी विभाग में कनिष्ठ प्रयोगशाला सहायक श्री अनिल कुमार जी, जो लगभग 35 वर्षों से अपनी सेवाएं संस्थान को प्रदान कर रहे हैं।
मतलब 2019 का संस्थान इंसेंटिव अवार्ड मेरे को मिला, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा और आगे भी मैं इससे ज़्यादा और अच्छा काम करने की कोशिश करूँगा।
से अधिक वर्षों से संस्थान को अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान करने वाले श्री रणवीर सिंह जी, जो कि कनिष्ठ सहायक हैं ज्वालामुखी छात्रावास में।
मुझे जो ये अवार्ड मिला गया है, संस्थान इंसेंटिव अवार्ड, इसको पाकर मैं काफ़ी खुश हूँ। मैं अपने उच्च अधिकारी जिन्होंने मेरा नाम रिकमेंड किया, जिनके अंतर मैंने काम किया, उन सभी लोगों का धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ।
काराकोरम छात्रावास में कनिष्ठ सहायक रामवीर सिंह जी, जो कि 38 वर्षों से संस्थान को अपनी सेवाएं दिए।
जब से मैंने इंस्टीट्यूट में काम किया है, उस दिन से अपनी ईमानदारी से लगन के साथ काम किया है और कमेटी ने, हमारे डायरेक्टर सर, डीन सर और बाड़न सर और जो भी हमारे कमेटी मेंबर थे, उन्होंने मुझे इस अवार्ड के लिए चुना। उनके लिए मैं बार बार धन्यवाद करता हूँ।
पुरस्कारों की श्रेणी में द्वितीय श्रेणी है श्री राम ऋषि सिंह एवं श्रीमती मालती सिंह मेमोरियल स्टाफ पुरस्कार, जिसमें संयुक्त रूप से दिया जा रहा है सर्वप्रथम श्री सबर सिंह चौहान, जो लगभग 33 वर्षों से संस्थान को अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान कर रहे हैं। ये तकनीकी अधीक्षक हैं ETSC में।
श्री ऋषि सिंह एंड श्री मालती सिंह अवार्ड के लिए मैं संस्थान का बहुत आभारी हूँ। धन्यवाद।
इस पुरस्कार के तहत एक प्रशस्ति पत्र, एक मोमेंटो व 36,000 का नगद पुरस्कार दिया जाता है। दूसरे पुरस्कार प्राप्त करने वाले हैं श्री कृष्ण कुमार जी, जो कि कनिष्ठ तकनीकी अधीक्षक हैं रासायनिक विभाग में।
श्री राम ऋषि एंड मालती सिंह अवार्ड वर्ष 2019 के लिए जो मुझे मिला है, उसके लिए मैं संस्थान का आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
पुरस्कारों की कड़ी में तृतीय श्रेणी है BHM पुरस्कारों की, जो कि जाता है श्री रोहित कुमार जी को, जो शिवालिक छात्रावास से हैं।
इस अवार्ड के लिए मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। डायरेक्टर सर, डीन सर, मुकेश सर, AR सर, सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मुझे ये अवार्ड देने के लिए।
श्री गोविंद भंडारी जी, जो कि विंध्याचल छात्रावास से हैं, उन्हें भी BHM पुरस्कार दिया जाता है।
अवार्ड मिलने पे
डीन साहब और वार्डन साहब का और सुपरवाइज़र हॉस्टल को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ जिन्होंने हमें अवार्ड दिलाया।
कह रहे थे कि कोरोना संकट के समय भारतीय प्रौद्योगिकी संस्थान दिल्ली ने अपने राष्ट्रीय व सामाजिक दायित्वों का भली भांति निर्वहन किया। यहाँ के विद्यार्थियों, वैज्ञानिकों व अध्यापकों ने कोरोना महामारी से लड़ने के लिए अनेकों स्वदेशी उत्पाद विकसित किए। कोरोना जांच किट कोरोश्योर हो या मास्क हों, उत्तम गुणवत्ता वाले पीपीई किट हों या सैनिटाइजेशन उत्पाद हों, सभी को सीमित समय में एवं उच्च गुणवत्ता के साथ विकसित किया गया। यह आत्मनिर्भर भारत कार्यक्रम में अपना एक योगदान है। आयुर्वेद उत्पादों को कोरोना पर प्रयोग हो या कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता या सॉफ्टवेयर निर्माण के कार्य हों, इन सब पर भी शोध किया गया। इसके अलावा भी कई सारे आविष्कार व शोध किए जा रहे हैं। आइए देखते हैं हमारे संस्थान के द्वारा किए गए शोध कार्य व उनके महत्वपूर्ण उत्पादों एवं आविष्कारों को।
So we started focusing on 3 kinds of technologies. One was the prevention of COVID, one was detection of COVID, and the third one was the treatment of COVID. So we had multiple groups working in IIT. In fact, we have had many groups now, for almost like 20 groups at IIT Delhi working on these 3 aspects of dealing with COVID. On the diagnosis side, today Honorable HRD Minister has launched the ICMR approved IIT Delhi test kit, which was marketed by, which was now scaled up by the Newtech Medical Devices, and now they can manufacture 20 lakh such kits per month. That is the kind of a scale they can achieve now.
So this kit is developed by IIT Delhi. Our team of almost nine members includes PhD students, postdoctoral fellows, and fellow faculty colleagues. So we started working on this kit almost by the end of January. We knew that India would need an affordable kit sometime very soon. So we analyzed the RT-PCR assay very carefully. It's considered the universal gold standard for SARS-CoV-2. And we were thinking about how to make this more affordable for an Indian population. So we zoomed into the fluorescent probe. So all the other RT-PCR assays use a fluorescent probe or multiple fluorescent probes. These fluorescent probes are not only expensive, but they are also difficult to synthesize because there are only 1 or 2 companies in India that synthesize quality fluorescent probes. Otherwise, we are reliant on overseas companies for the synthesis of fluorescent probes. So we thought we'll develop an assay eliminating the need for the fluorescent probe.
So this can be completely manufactured locally. This is the Atmanirbhar Bharat kind of an initiative of Prime Minister Shri Modi ji. So that way you can manufacture them indigenously and you can scale them up very fast, and now these kits can also be exported once we are able to meet our requirements.
Hello, I am Dr. Anasuya Roy. I am founder and CEO of NanoSafe Solutions. We have launched a mask, NSafe mask, which is antimicrobial and reusable up to 50 washes. This is the mask. There is a wire in the nose region and there is an elastic band in the chin region. This too will ensure that I have a good fit with the face, which is a very important parameter while choosing masks. Thank you.
India is facing tremendous challenge fighting COVID-19, and we need to ensure maximum protection to our population so that the virus does not spread further. Looking to the crisis, we are launching Kavach mask developed by our indigenous Indian technologies to ensure safety and protection for our massive population.
एक इक्विलिब्रियम बनाने की कोशिश की है कि इसको हम प्रोटेक्ट करें कि वायरस पेनिट्रेट ना हो, एट द सेम टाइम यूजर जो है कंफर्ट फील करे while wearing it.
Prakriti stands for Prediction and Assessment of Corona Transmissions in India. This is a web-based portal that can be used to know how the corona disease is spreading district-wise and state-wise in India. We hope such a dashboard will help authorities and public to prepare themselves better for controlling and mitigating corona in India.
रखे बंदूक कंधे पर ये सरहद घूम लेते हैं, बजे धुन इंकलाबी तो मगन हो झूम लेते हैं, इरादे जब कभी कमज़ोर पड़ते हैं शहादत के, लगाकर माथे से अपना तिरंगा चूम लेते हैं। जिस प्रकार हमारे सैनिक सीमा पर प्रहरी बनकर देश की रक्षा हेतु तत्पर रहते हैं, उसी प्रकार हमारे संस्थान के सुरक्षाकर्मी हर परिस्थिति में सतत सजग व चौकस रहते हैं। कोरोना काल में इनकी सेवा अभूतपूर्व है। हमारे संस्थान के मुख्य सुरक्षा अधिकारी श्री संदीप शर्मा जी सुरक्षा कर्मियों की सेवा के बारे में बता रहे हैं। आइए जानते हैं।
तो स्वतंत्रता दिवस की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। इस कोविड-19 महामारी के दौरान लॉकडाउन के पहले ही दिन से हमारे गार्डों ने गेट्स के ऊपर में सभी लोगों को चेक करना शुरू कर दिया था और धीरे धीरे जो आदेश मिले थे सरकारी एजेंसी से उनको इम्प्लीमेंट कराने के लिए हमेशा प्रयत्नशील रहे। तो मैं इस स्वतंत्रता दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में अपने IIT दिल्ली के ASOs, सिक्योरिटी इंस्पेक्टर्स और ओरियन एजेंसी के असाइनमेंट मैनेजर और सुपरवाइजर्स और सुरक्षा गार्डों का धन्यवाद करता हूं तथा उनसे आग्रह करूंगा कि अपनी यही तत्परता बाकी आगे आने वाले समय के लिए बना के रखें। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
धन्यवाद। अब मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापन हेतु प्रोफेसर विश्वजीत कुंडू सह संकायाध्यक्ष छात्रकार जी को आमंत्रित करता हूँ।
So, I am here to present a vote of thanks to one and all who have joined us directly physically present here, as well as those who have been listening to us, seeing us in the virtual platform through live streaming. I begin by conveying my sincere thanks and gratitude to our head of the institute or the family, Director Professor Ram Gopal Rao, to grace the occasion with his presence and a thoughtful and encouraging speech. I have personally experienced the kind of attention, the kind of encouragement he gives and renders to all the researchers, all the faculty members and the staff members. And that is how, we have become the leaders, as Professor Rao already proposed and everybody, I think, agree, to fight against COVID, and we have become one of the leading institutes in India. Next, I especially want to thank and very humbly thank them, our sanitary unit, for maintaining a clean and hygienic environment during this entire year, and specifically during the difficult periods of COVID. I would like to specially mention this our work by the Chintan society members, Chintan family members or workers, who showed exemplary determination and hard work for home-to-home pickup of garbage and keeping the entire community clean, which was one of the utmost important thing during this time. I wish to thank the security unit to provide a secured corona-free environment to all and all the IITD residents. I also want to thank the little kids of the Kendriya Vidyalaya who made a wonderful presentation today. I would like to express my gratitude to all the members of the healthcare unit who tirelessly worked to build a quarantine and healthcare facility within a limited time. My sincere thanks to our Deputy Director, Professor Kantpal and Professor Ganguly, for being present here and gracing the occasion and helping us in all forms of preparation for the entire period. The contribution by all the deans and associate deans who tirelessly worked to roll out suitable academic calendars, provide timely instructions, infrastructure, and safe accommodation to all the residents is praiseworthy. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. I also thank the registrar, all our deputy registrars and assistant registrars, along with their team members, for all the support they extended and being present here in person to grace the occasion. I thank all my students, my dear students. As Professor Rao already mentioned, without them, the institute is essentially vacant. But I am sure that most of them are listening from different places and, with their presence online are gracing this occasion. Thank you very much for withstanding and holding hands together during this difficult period. I thank the webcast team, who I am proud to announce that they are actually our IIT alumni. Some of the names, Prashant and Prashant, Lokesh, Tushar, Sheetal, Hitendra, thank you very much for being with us and helping us for this launching of this platform for the entire community to see and encourage. So with those words, thank you very much for being here.
आज़ादी में भी कई गुमनाम क्रांतिकारी हैं जिन्होंने अपनी शहादत दी। इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाने में भी कई लोग हैं जिनका नाम हम नहीं ले पाए या किसी कारणवश छूट गए होंगे, या जो ये संस्थान जो चला रहे हैं, जो कर्मचारी जिनका हम नाम नहीं ले पाते हैं, उनके लिए कि अंधा चौका-चौंध का मारा, जाने क्या इतिहास बेचारा, जला अस्थियां बारी बारी, छिटकाई जिनने चिंगारी, जो चढ़ गए पुण्य बेदी पर, बिना किए गर्दन का मोल, कलम आज उनकी जय बोल। इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाने के लिए जो प्रयास प्रोफेसर कुंडू, प्रोफेसर राजेश खन्ना, मुकेश चंद जी व उनकी टीम ने किया, उनको भी सादर आभार। और आप सभी का आभार जो हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं ऑनलाइन माध्यम से, जो यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, उन सभी का आभार। इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाने के लिए जिन भी व्यक्तियों का योगदान रहा है, उन सभी को हम जो है आभार व्यक्त करते हैं और नाम ना ले पाने के लिए हम क्षमा प्रार्थी हैं। हमसे जो भी त्रुटियां हुई हों, हम क्षमाशील हैं आपके प्रति और उम्मीद करते हैं यह स्वतंत्रता दिवस आप में नई ऊर्जा पैदा करेगा और ये कोरोना काल में जिस प्रकार से आईआईटी दिल्ली ने कार्य किया है, वो हम सब के लिए प्रेरणा बनकर उभरा है। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।